this if you want.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Cheers to Health. Of course, you got to have that man, that bad man with a mustache, Brian Torres. And of course, got to have my co-host, Omar, the little guy, Torres, coming in with the editing skills and all that good stuff. So shout out to him. And Omar, you want to go ahead and do us all the honor of introducing our guest for today?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been a long time since I've spoke to this feller. Okay. Shoot. We take it back all the way to elementary. Dude, I'm telling you, Facebook is wild, okay? Because even our elementary friends will see him grow up and do big things. Korey, dude, he's been doing things in the flag football community. I didn't think that was like a huge thing, but I put my boy in there, and dude, it's pretty cool. And it's even getting bigger. Aren't they in like the Olympics now, or are they going to be in there? Jeez, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Cool though. That's cool. So,
Yeah.
Korey, tell us about yourself. What got you into this?
So we started the NFL Flag League about a year ago. We were just looking for a more competitive place for our kids to play. Other leagues around, it just the competitiveness wasn't there to, our liking.
Right on, dude. So did you like have to like sign a petition or something like that to be like, hey man, I want to start a flag football league? Or how did you go about it in your town?
No, so we
Like,
pretty
hey.
much, we reached out to NFL Flag. They didn't want to do a league in our area just due to there's so many leagues already. So we just kind of gave them like, hey, you guys give us 2 years, we're gonna turn this around. Like we're gonna get it growing. You're gonna see good things coming from this league. They gave us a 1-year window, which we just finished this last December, and we're gonna keep going.
There we go. Yo,
Love hearing that. Love hearing
I'm
that,
talking
man.
about, dude.
Keep it up, brother. Come on. Love that. That is too cool. So, from where you guys started to where you guys are today, how do you feel? What do you feel like has grown the most?
I would say the buy-in from the parents. That is, that's a big deal. People are really worried about head injuries and tackle and all of that stuff. So just the buy-in from the parents, just saying, hey, you know what? You don't have to strap on, a helmet and shoulder pads to go be active and to go have fun. And this is just another avenue for kids to get out and go do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of folks, a lot of kids love to play football, but I've heard more so recently like that parents don't want their kids playing football because of so much of this head trauma we got going on. So that's awesome that we got the flag football now that we can fall back on to keep that
Yeah.
game of football alive. So we appreciate
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah. So,
Oh,
we
yeah.
definitely, so we have a bunch of kids that go, we'll play flag during the off season and then they go into tackle in the fall. And it's all just about mental reps. It's all about, timing and just getting comfortable in what you're actually doing. Is one of the biggest things that we try to push is like, hey, listen, you come play a couple of seasons of flag. If you want to go into tackle, by all means, go into tackle, but you're going to know what you're doing. You're not going in like you've never done it before. So just the mental reps and just the sides of just staying the course and staying focused with something is really what we're pushing. And then the buy-in from the parents in Edmond and in Oklahoma City has just been amazing.
Cool. Nice. Yeah, I know. When you say like getting them into something, yeah, because kids are gonna get into something either if they're doing nothing at the house or you give them something to do. Flag football is awesome. I got my boy in there, and I coached his first season because he loves football. I love football. I love the heck out of some football. But of course, the old lady is like, you ain't playing no tackle football. Like, all right,
Yeah.
let's put him in flag football. I'll coach.
Yeah.
Let's
You
see
got to
what's up,
coach the first time. You got to coach the first time.
dude.
So what about
a wild ride.
some adult football, like flag football? Where's that at? Put me in the game, coach.
Man, so
got
man, I've actually thought about starting an adult league, based off of my youth league that I run. The only problem with that
You're good, right?
is that the insurance premiums go up after you get out of that 15 to 16-year-old age range. Like what I would have to pay to cover you guys is just astronomical.
That's crazy.
We're a little bit more brittle as we get older, Baba.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, and the waivers don't cover that. I mean, you can have a waiver,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, people still get slaps on the wrist for that type of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, or join the military.
Yeah.
They always got those intramural flag football stuff, dude.
Yeah, there you go, Brian. Go join the military.
I did that. I did the flag football and for my wife's work people. Dude, after not playing or doing any like athletic stuff, dude,
Super
that was
sore.
a freaking but I was out there, I still had them hands, okay? But I could not get the flags, man. Them dudes were juking
Please
me
don't
out of
lie
my
on the
shoes.
podcast. Please don't lie on here,
Hey.
man. We got to cut that out now.
I've always had the hands, dude. Always had the hands.
One hand. He's always had one hand.
Just got this hand here. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no, I
That's
wish the place that we actually partner with, they run an adult league. It's at Score OKC.
Okay.
We play all of our games there indoor, and they have an adult league that I can get you in touch with the right people if that's something that you're really interested in doing.
Boy, hey, I got the quickness still, boy. Come on.
No, he doesn't.
Omar,
He doesn't.
yeah, we used to play flag football.
No, he
Omar, let him know who was the champ in flag football. He couldn't catch me.
Dude, that was like 20 years ago.
I don't
Get over it.
care. I still got it.
So, what like inspired you to make this big move here? Other than, they didn't have that, but why flag football? What got you into that zone?
So my son was a big motivator in that. I would say he was probably 3 years old,
Oh, wow.
and all he wanted to do was throw a football. It didn't matter what kind of toy you gave him; he was just gravitating to a football. And we put him in one of the leagues here in Oklahoma City, and we just grew out of it, man. Like if you've got a core group of kids that play and they've got good coaches, and they're 4 and 5 years old and they're throwing the ball 10, 15 yards down the field, and the other kids are actually catching it. It gets to the point that they're like, hey, you guys can't throw the ball the second half of the game, or you guys can't do this, or those two kids can't play for the rest of the game. And so we were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. I mean, these kids should be getting celebrated, not saying that they can't play. So my son and his group of friends that do our tournament stuff with us, that was like the deciding factor of like, hey, we need to do something. We collectively as a group need to do something to, put these kids in the best position that we can put them in moving forward.
Right on. So it's like a core of, parents and, are they from like school or just like within the
No, man. So
community
these
or?
are actually like these are parents that we met playing in the league that we played in. I don't want to drop league names or
No,
anything
you're
like that, but I don't know who's going to listen to this, but we we just walked in with a group of parents, and we got together and we were like, hey man, let's keep these teams together, let's keep these boys together. And these boys are 5 and 6 years old and they're beating people 60 to 7, 60 to nothing. And we were like, hey man, we might have something here. I'm like, let's just run with it and see what happens.
Yeah. That's awesome. So whenever you're doing this, is this like a year-long thing or is it just seasonal, just like,
Yeah, so we
fall
do
season?
we do 4 sessions a year. So we do spring, summer, fall, winter. Obviously spring and fall are our down times just because we're competing with all the other sports.
Yep.
Winter session we'll pull 220, 230 kids.
Oh, wow.
And we're running age divisions from kindergarten, first grade, all the way up to, 9th, 10th grade in high school. So,
Heck yeah.
we'll get, kids from all over the place, man. We've had kids from Tuttle, Newcastle, as far up north as Enid, all come and play.
There you go. Good.
But I do still like seeing our Guthrie boys show up and play. I've got a team of Guthrie kids that come and play. That's pretty cool.
Shout out them Blue Jays. Come
Yeah,
on.
shout out them Blue Jays.
There you go. Blue Jays. See, I was only a Blue Jay up until I think 3rd grade or something like that. So,
You were,
I mean, I'm still a
yeah,
Blue Jay.
yeah.
Once
Yeah.
a
It is
Blue
what
Jay,
it is.
always a Blue Jay, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. There you go. So, what else do you do other than flag football, and how are you able to balance that?
So that is definitely a good question. Doing the balancing act of being one, a parent first, then our flag football league. I work for an oil and gas company. I've been doing that for the last 13 years. I just here recently got enough time to actually be a parent and be present. And so when that time came along, I just jumped in both feet and was like, hey, let's do it. But it's a struggle. You've always got something going on. Somebody's always calling about something. Emails day and night, doesn't matter. You can put a close sign. We don't take emails after 7:00, and you'll get one at 10:30, 11.
I can see that.
Yep.
And that's the wonderful thing about just being open is you work in oil and gas, so you've always got your cell phone on you, and it always everything always comes full circle, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think so. Yep,
Yeah, man.
absolutely, man.
But yeah, no,
and
balancing. You only get 24 hours in a day, and the way I look at it is you got to show up for at least for 12, 15 hours of those other times you're asleep. But outside of that,
That's true.
every second of every day you got to be doing something to make somebody better or yourself better.
Yep.
That's what I tell him all the time. Brian.
You put
Yep.
that on a t-shirt,
Sounds
Omar.
Yeah. It's gonna
You
happen.
put that on a t-shirt.
It's true. I keep telling him that, and he don't listen. He's over there just sleeping.
Hey, back up off me, man.
No, but yeah, being a dad is awesome. There's a lot of things that you have to navigate, and you were mentioning like you said 4 times throughout the year, and do you ever think like that's too much, or my dude's gonna get tired of it, man? And should I just keep pushing this, or
So what we do, man, we sprinkle in other sports. So he won't play flag 4 times a year. So my league runs 4 times a year. My
Yeah.
son, he will play he plays football year round, but it won't be flag. So he'll play tackle in the fall. He'll do 7-on-7 during the spring. And then we've got tournament flag football that we do from the spring until all the way through the end of the year. So, but he plays baseball. He picks up a basketball every now and then. Not that he plays like competitively or anything like that, but he's into other things. So like, it's not like we just like
Yeah.
football. But he's got a speed and agility coach. He goes and trains. He's with it. He trains like a
Yeah.
pro pretty much. And
That's awesome.
he's
Sounds like it. That's awesome, man.
he's probably the second best athlete in our house.
Yeah.
Third
That's
best. He's the third best
Oh,
athlete in our house.
third?
Yeah,
'cause it's
dude, my
mom,
daughter,
and then you.
no, my daughter, man, she's a competitive gymnast. She's probably the best athlete in the house for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Wow. Got some
dang, that's a
athletes in
good
there,
one
boy.
right there.
Yeah,
Gym?
we're packed full of athletes over here.
Okay. Nice, dude. That's what you gotta do, though. You gotta keep these
Yeah.
kids busy
Keep them busy,
get them
man.
into
Get them
stuff
into
they
something.
enjoy.
Get them into something. If they don't like it, find something that sticks, man. Kids, you're always looking for your kids' knacks or whatever it may be. Some kids like to paint. Some kids like to play music. Go buy that drum set. You may not like it for the first 3 or 4 months, but go buy that drum set.
Yep.
Go buy that
You never
keyboard.
know till you try it.
Just get some headphones. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Kids are gonna do. Keep your kids busy. Keep yourself busy. That's just literally that's all we do, man. We're busy. We're gymnastics competitions. We're in Dallas for
I was about to say.
tournaments. We're all over the place.
Yeah, because that's another end of it where you travel as well. So you gotta travel to
Mhm.
these, longer distances and then be back to work the next week or whatever
Yep.
it is and be like, "Oh, back to it."
Yep.
Boom.
Never
Yeah.
stops. Never stops, man.
But at the end of the day, and this is something that me and my wife talk about, is Yeah, some of these things might seem like a struggle or, it's a hard time to even get a picture in. But when they really look at it, the kids, they're gonna be like, "Oh, dang, dude, those were awesome memories.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah.
used to
Yep.
do all this stuff."
Yeah, I mean, you
Build them
gotta
up.
document stuff on the way. I mean, some of the highlights of our trips are us just, either sitting in the car driving there or, the picture we take right before we get on the plane or whatever. I mean, just whatever it may be. I mean, as an adult, sitting in the position that I'm in right now, and you would have told me 25 years ago, like, hey, Corey, you're gonna have two kids. Your daughter's gonna be a gymnast. Your son's gonna be, a flag football player / tackle football player, and uh, you're gonna be going to all these places. You're gonna be going to Arizona. You're gonna be going to Dallas 6 7 times a year. I'd have been like, ain't no way, ain't no way. All of our we don't go on vacations because we travel so much with our kids doing their sports. I mean, we use that as a vacation.
Yep.
We go to Dallas, we try to find a new spot to eat every time we go down there. We're in Arizona, let's go check this out while we're here. Let's go do this while we're
Yeah.
here. So it's not just about, the competitive sports driven trip when you're out making memories with your family.
Yeah. That's an awesome way to look at it, man.
Yeah,
'Cause,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yes, it is.
your parents out there be like, "Oh, man, I gotta go to this tournament here." Make the best of it. Like you
Yeah,
Yeah,
said.
have fun.
I have never been one to complain about going somewhere to watch my kids.
That's
Mhm.
true too. That's true too. Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, back in my earlier oil and gas days, I mean, y- I could have worked 18, 19 hours and I'm going to get up and I'm going to show up for my babies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that was just something to do with like how I grew up or what, but I mean, I'm going to show up for my kids. Um,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just an example, my son, he had a tackle football game. It was the last game of the season, and I was in Wyoming for work. I drove all night long and made it to kickoff of his game.
Oh,
Just to
wow.
be there. They're like 40 minutes. It's a 40-minute game, but you don't want to be, you know what I mean? I don't want to be the guy that was like, man, my dad missed that last game of the season. It never be me. It could never be
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
true.
Well, that means a lot, man.
That's
That
true.
that shows who you truly are, and I love to see that.
And yeah, some of those memories, let's say, like that one, that instance, like if you were to miss that, it's probably gonna be the one that's gonna be remembering like, dang, dude, I remember that game my dad
Yeah,
missed out on.
definitely threw some touchdown passes.
Boom.
Shout
Yeah.
Men
out.
over there
Shout out.
throwing some bullets over there. That's that's crazy. I need to get my dude, uh, come through, get some lessons
Come on, man,
from your dude.
bring you.
Yeah, he
Shout
loves
out
it.
shout out to Worth Athletics, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Shane Illingworth, he does all my son's QB stuff. Well, dude, he's great. He's awesome.
Oh,
He's Under Armour All American, like 6'5", but he's like a gentle giant, man. Like, so he's good. He's so good with like youth kids, just like the way that he explains how your footwork and why it has to be a certain way that it is. Like when he breaks that down and is explaining it to a kid that like my son, he's 7. He'll be 8 in February. The way that he breaks that down and explains it to him is honestly, it's gold. I mean, he's just so good with talking to little kids.
well, good. And that's a
you
big
need
part
that.
about it too, is
Yeah,
explaining why you're doing certain things. A lot of times you're like,
Yeah,
just throw the ball over there or just
yeah,
hit it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but like, what do you mean by
Why?
that? And that's
Yeah,
really
but
cool that
why?
he can actually break it down. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
kids, especially around that age, they're always asking why this, why that. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
always good to be able to explain that to them.
yeah. And especially, because they got a short attention span. I mean, they're gonna be doing things here and there. You gotta find ways to keep them engaged and ready to do that drill. Because whenever I was coaching, man, oh my goodness, dude, I
Mhm.
thought I was gonna
It's like herding
rip all
cats.
my hair out.
Yeah.
It's like
Sheesh.
herding cats. How old
Was
were
that
they?
well, I think this was 7, 8 year
Okay.
olds. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the age where they were starting to do the lingos or
yeah,
like the skibbities and the chads, and I was like, "What the heck are you
y
talking about, bro?
yeah. No,
Just
so
throw the ball."
I've got 2 kids, and they definitely keep me up to date on the lingo. Like they definitely keep me hip for sure. If that's even something that they say anymore. Is it hip?
Yeah, no, I don't think they say
Yeah,
that.
I know.
It's
Hey, asking
I
the
don't know what
wrong
they say
crowd, bro.
nowadays. I think it's like alpha or something, one of those. But yeah, dude, but keeping that attention though, even with like a group of kids, and if they're close friends, just like your group of kids, like they could steer off easily. But
Mm.
that's awesome that you keep them in there and they're still competitive and still, motivated. Because I mean, there's a lot of kids. There's a lot of things out there. How do
Yeah.
you, I guess, keep them kind of? I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but keep them in that right direction of staying motivated and not like get too carried away with, let's say, screen time or something like that.
So I think our biggest thing, like with our tournament team, is that everybody realizes that they have a job to do, right? Whether it be paying attention to whatever coach that's talking, doing the drill the correct way. Everybody knows that they have a job, and if the job doesn't get done correctly, it's very hard to win. Um, and we preach this to our 6U group. Like everybody's got a job, everybody's got to show up to go to work, right? And so it's just kind of our way of saying, hey, you're here with us for a short amount of time. Let's get the most out. Let's get the most out of it that we can, right? So the horseplay, the you know, but also my coaches, they're really good because they go, hey, you two are best friends. This may become a problem. Let's get them in separate groups. So
Yeah.
we're working 4 or 5 different drills at one time, and we know, I mean, we know who our problem kids are and who we need to separate and who, and not necessarily if they're a problem, but they may have a little shorter of a uh, concentration than
Yeah.
some of the other boys. And so, yeah, man, we get into practice, we lock in, we tell them, hey, listen, guys, we're here to work, we're not here to play. We're gonna allot 5 to 10 minutes at the end of practice so you guys can play jackpot, you guys can play tag, you guys
Yeah.
can do whatever it is you want to. But for this first hour and 20 minutes, we're gonna be locked in and we're gonna get this work in.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I mean, we've got 6U through 9U tournament teams, and for the most part, man, it works. Like, we'll split the kids, we'll go through, 1 through 4. Go down the line, count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ones are down there with coach. Twos are down there with coach. Threes are down there with coach. Fours are down there with coach. And honestly, man, we really don't have very many problems out of that. Just keeping them separated. And another thing is just like high intensity practices. Don't give them time
Okay.
to be like have everyone
Standing
always doing
around.
something.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have
Yeah.
time to mess around if coach has you doing something, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of our practices are like really, really high reps. Obviously, like we care about how well you do it, but it's also how many times can we get this drill in 10 minutes, right? Per person. So, are you getting the most out of yourself doing a drill once or twice and maybe doing it well once or twice? Or are you getting the most out of yourself by doing the drill 10 or 11 times and you're getting better every time you do it? So the way we see it is, high reps, let's get this drill in 10 times per kid. No one should ever have time to be jacking around just because we're going so fast. After those drills, boom, go get water, come right back. We're gonna blow the whistle, you're going to the next station. And at the end of all that, we'll go team offense, team defense. So that separates them again, right? So you got 6s and 7s playing with each other. And then 8s and 9s that they'll be playing together. So so you'll have offense and defense, eights on D, 9s on O, vice versa. And you just lock in and then you tell whatever team that you're with, hey, they don't gain any yards. And so that keeps everybody into that, hey, this is what we need to do. We know that there's a job that's needing to be done. Our objective right now is to not let these older kids score on us.
No, that's awesome. Cause I think about it, well, even with, like, the parent side, I mean, there might be a kid or a few, like, messing around. Is there some kind of? Cause this is something I was thinking of whenever I was coaching. I was like, is there, like, a waiver and an understanding? Because you also don't wanna let your team down. Let's say, okay, this dude's messing around, he's not listening to the coaches. Hey, man, he's gonna have to have some kinda consequences, whether it's missing the game, doing extra laps, or whatever it is. But at the same time, you gotta think about the parent like, "Dude, why are you being this harsh to my child?" And then also on the other end where maybe they don't wanna go to practice one day or they don't wanna go to a game one day, and then we need that guy to kinda play because he's making up for this or whatever it is. Is there some kinda, like, agreement you have with the parents to, like, be like, "Hey, man, help us out. Help us
So
help him."
yeah, so going into tackle, so we don't really do stuff like that in flag. I mean, I think the most that we do in flag is we're just gonna run, right? If we've got multiple kids that are jacking around, all right, well we're just gonna run it out of you.
Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things is you can never be in too good a shape, right? And so I think that
Oh,
that's one of those things that you know you start running hundreds and you start running 120s, people start to remember what they're doing,
yeah.
especially
Totally.
especially when you've got coaches saying, "Hey, you're gonna run them until I get tired," that type of stuff. Tackle though, like we go into tackle and we set out like a parent agreement, like, "Hey, for 3 days a week from 5:30 to 7 o'clock, I'm not gonna say that your kids pretty much belong to me, but there's going to be like a chain of command of how things
Yeah.
are going to go. We've got head coaches, we've got assistant coaches, we've got position coaches, and these guys have free reign within my organization to say, hey, parent came to me, Tommy didn't do his math assignment last night. He's failing. What do we want to do? Okay, well, at that point, we get with the parent and we say, hey, these are the options that we can do, or you can take care of it. He can sit out the game this Saturday. We can do man makers on the track. We can roll on the field, or we can do up downs. And pretty much whatever the parent. I mean, it's always an open conversation with the parent. Like we don't. It's
Yeah.
never nothing that we inflict because, like you were saying, you don't want to fall into that trap of, oh, why are you only doing this to my kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so every time we do something like that, it's always an open conversation with the parent and with the child there as well, saying, hey, this is what's going on. Little Timmy's not listening. He doesn't want to practice. He doesn't. And then, we got those kids that don't want to practice. We'll be like, hey, man, just go over there and sit with your parents. And when they ask you
Yep.
why you're over there, tell them you don't want to practice. You don't, I mean, you didn't bring your big boy pants today.
Yep.
You're going to sit over there on the sideline until you're ready.
Yeah. That's one of the issues that I run into with my boys when because we do jujitsu about 2 times a week. It was 3, but we dialed it back because basketball. But
Yeah.
anyways, going after school to go to jujitsu practice or what do they call it? Is it like jujitsu, whatever? Anyways, they
Training.
always complain like, "Oh, man, I don't wanna go. I don't wanna go." But I know they love going. Like, I know they love doing it, but it's that initial kind of
It's that first 10 to
getting them
15
going.
It's that first 10 to 15 minutes of, like,
Yeah,
that car ride. It's that car ride there.
Yep.
So my son's not really like that. He,
yep,
like he'll come home from school and he'll be like, "We got practice
let's
tonight?"
go. Yeah, that's
I'm
awesome.
like, "Yeah, man, we got practice." He's like, "What time? Can we go now? Is it gonna be?" But I do I do have a child that's like, "I don't wanna go to practice today." So I have both. Obviously one of those is more competitive than the other. I'm not gonna say which, but my son's not really like that, man. But I hear
Yeah.
it from parents all the time, like, "Hey, so and so
Yeah.
didn't want to come to practice today. He might be a little sluggish the first 5 to 10 minutes." And I mean, the first 5 or 10 minutes of practice, we're all stretching, asking the
Yep.
kids how their day was at school. Did you learn anything new today? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's the first 5 to 10 minutes of practice, man. We're just like getting everybody in the groove of being there. Like, hey, listen, no one wants to be here, but we got to get this work in, right?
I do.
Well,
Wanna
I
get
mean,
better?
yeah, yeah.
Yep,
I mean, and that's one of our biggest sayings is we make the practices hard so the games are easy. Um,
Absolutely.
we talk to our boys about being the hammer, not the nail. And this is during tackle, right? Be the hammer, not the nail. And, you're gonna go home after practice. You're gonna have bruises. You're gonna be scraped up. You're gonna be bleeding. It's just part of the game, and that's part of the game that everybody loves once they get comfortable with a little bit of that pain, right? Like people say like tattoos, like, oh, I love getting tattoos. The pain feels so good. Blah blah blah. But I mean, that's what football players feel, man. Like they get so into that headspace, that high, like that euphoria of like competing against someone else, and just the complete dominance of, hey, I got a sack, hey, I had scored a touchdown, hey, this and that, this and that. I mean, I blew that dude off the ball 20 times that entire game. Like they couldn't block me. Like they get into that once you get kids to realize, like, hey, and it might be because they're not celebrated enough. Like, we celebrate, like, we have a good time with our kids, and I feel like they practice. Um, we talk to everybody. We're giving people high fives, but then once that whistle blows and we go hit the wall, everybody locks in. Everybody is like ready to go. But I think that that's also the culture that we've built too. Like I think that once you come in and you start winning and your kids are used to winning, they expect that. They expect this to be hard so that on Saturdays when they're playing, the team across from them doesn't even have a chance. And I'm not saying that that happens a lot, but you can see it like in their faces that they can, like, if you play multiple seasons in the same league and you see the same team over and over again, or you see them twice and they've beat you the first time, like that like that, you just feel it, right? Like,
Yeah.
like, hey, the last time we played them, they beat us. There has to be a way of breaking that. Like there has to be a way, and I feel like that way of breaking that is through practice and having you know, everybody being on the same page. Everybody, we're all beating the same drum. We're all rowing the same boat. We can get through this together. Um, and everybody just goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes.
Yeah, it's just like anything else when it comes to competing, there's gonna be failures, but you gotta find the best out of those failures and be like, "Okay, Imma get better, go to practice, boom." And that's what I keep kinda nailing or, hitting my kids over the head with is like, "Dude, go to practice to get better.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to your competition, you're gonna feel better whenever you go in there. If you don't, figure out why. Don't just give up.
Yeah.
Figure out why and get better."
Yeah. We're not giving you a finished product right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, I know.
we're not.
They expect this instant, "I'm gonna be
Yeah.
good. I am good." And
Yeah.
then they're like, "That's it."
Roblox.
Oh,
Video games is what's caused
you
that.
gotta keep going. Yeah,
Video games is what's caused, honestly. I mean, you can start a game, you can pay $49.99 and you have the best player on the game. Instant.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yep.
just the reality. People don't want to work for what they want and what they're trying to achieve. It's just, yeah, that instant gratification of it is crazy.
yeah. No, you gotta have that work ethic no matter what it
That's
is.
why,
There's
if
always
I
gonna
can
be
say
somebody
something,
better
that's
than
why
you.
I like that you guys are doing, staying active with the kids because again, we're building the fundamental, on how to live life pretty much by showing up to practice. Like I said, there's
Yeah,
gonna be days where we don't want to go to work. There's gonna be days where we don't want to do whatever it is we want to do, go to the gym or whatever it might be. But guess what? We still got to show up. So by
yeah.
having
Oh
those
yeah,
kids, still go to practice no matter how bad of a day you did have, or if you don't feel like going at all, guess what? We still got to show up and we still got to
yeah,
perform. We still got to put in the
yeah,
work, whatever it is. So for if you guys are, going to jiu-jitsu tournaments or going to football games at the end of the week, we're here. We're ready to play ball, no matter what
yeah,
happened during the week. We
yeah.
went to the practices, we put in the work. Now we're here. It's game time.
Oh, and that's another deal that we do with our tackle is that, so we have 3 practices a week. If you miss one of the practices, you get cut down to 3/4 of playing time. If you
Hmm.
miss 2 of the 3 practices, you miss an entire half. If you miss all 3 of the practices, you don't play at all that weekend.
Yep.
But
Gotta
we
earn it.
spun that as a what we have spun that as a safety ordeal because how can I expect you to protect my quarterback and you weren't at practice all this week to learn the blocking schemes?
Exactly.
Oh, trust me, I've
Exactly.
been there. I've been the
Yeah,
kid who didn't show up to practice, and I got laid the
Yeah.
Laid out. You hit the
Sounds
wrong
right.
hole, boys.
Sounds right.
Big wrong
Yeah.
hole, Torres. My bad.
Yeah.
Show off the practice.
So, this is a good question that I had, um, that Brian was supposed to ask, but so what do you think kids need most out of a coach?
A safe place. I mean, I feel like, being a safe place for kids is bigger than actually being a coach. Like, you want those kids to trust you. You want those kids to confide in you. You want those kids to overall, man, just believe in what you're saying.
Yep.
If kids don't trust you, if they don't believe in what you're saying, how do you expect them to run through a wall for you? You know, um, just overall, just being there in care of, you know, you got kids that, me personally, I have kids that, you know, don't necessarily have a two parent home, right? So those 3 times a week that they're there with us as coaches, that may be the only time that they see a guy,
Absolutely.
outside of their
Yep.
PE teacher at school or their principal and
That's definitely
the
needed.
way that we talk and the way that we communicate and the way that, we're trying to teach these kids to build character is that, you know, everything is not going to be easy, but you're always going to have somebody to lean on, right? And
Look.
let your coaches be that for you. You got something that you need to talk about, man, pull me to the side. Let's go talk about it. You got,
Uh-huh.
you need help with, whatever it is you need help with. I mean, like, I feel like kids in some circumstances need sports more than, I mean, parents need money. I mean, I'm one of those dads. Like, I would spend my last $230 for my kids to play in a season somewhere,
Uh,
just because they need that. They need the camaraderie. They need, the outside love from
Yep.
other people. I mean, kids need to be celebrated, and that's one of the biggest things of being a coach is, like, we're going to talk about your downfalls and where you failed, but we're also going to talk about what you did right.
Yes.
And some of those kids may not
Yes.
get that at home. You know what I mean? I
Yes.
mean, I'm just being honest, guys. Some kids may not even get that.
Absolutely.
All they want to talk about is, the bad. They
Uh-huh.
don't care that you scored 28 points. They're talking about the 7 turnovers that you had. You
Yep.
know what I mean? And
Nope.
so,
Absolutely.
I think kids need. I think the kids need. Like I said, man, just that safe place
Yep.
of, hey, this guy is not going to do me wrong. This woman is not going to do me wrong. They have my back through any circumstance on the field, on the court, on the track, on the baseball, softball diamond, wherever it is. And I felt that growing up and having coaches is that you can look over at somebody and that they've got your best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's a person that's easy to play for. I mean,
Yep.
you give them 110% the entire time. I've also had coaches that I've looked over at and it was like, he's kind of here for himself. He's just
Yep.
going on to the next job. He's just here for the next job. It's play good if you play good, play bad if you play bad. It's one of those type deals. But I think, just being a safe place for kids is super important.
Yep. I love that.
No,
Love that.
that's a good
Absolutely.
point. Celebrating even the small wins, because even me, as a dad, I'll catch myself because I expect I don't know, I have, like, high standards for my kids. I know they should be able to do this stuff, but I also gotta be like, "Hey, but he did this. He did this." You don't have to harp on all this negative stuff. And I don't know what it is or where that came from, but it's just like, "I know you can do better. Let's get it." And I have to go back and be like, hey, good job on this over here." So that's definitely something that really needs to be put out there because,
Mhm.
dude, they're gonna
I mean,
find some kind of um acceptance from somewhere else if you're not the
Mhm.
one, you know,
yeah, no,
cheering them on
100%,
or giving them props.
100%.
Yes, that's awesome, dude. Dude, you're awesome, man.
Dude, I
I
try.
can't believe this, dude. I thought we were just gonna be talking football. But no,
No,
it's
man. Hey, I'm breaking it
father
down,
of
man. Give
everything,
you
dude.
guys all the life lessons.
We
Yeah.
You see
appreciate
this?
that, man. We
No,
You see this gray in my beard? I'm giving you guys all the tips.
yeah.
I have a little one right here.
We
You see that?
appreciate it.
Little one right there. So when it comes to all this, okay, what do you think is like the hardest part? Because I know there's a lot of things going on whenever, we're trying to parent. We have to be the bad guy sometimes. What do you think is the hardest part about being a dad?
Hardest part about being a dad. I think the hardest part about being a dad is being afraid to fail. And when I
Yeah.
say that, I mean it like, not necessarily like being a bad parent, but like not being there for my kids when they need me. Not showing them the correct ways of treating their spouse, not just being just like the overall role model for them. Just
Yeah.
just in everything, in everything that you do. Not just sports, but have manners. Like I just can't. I couldn't fathom sending my
Mhm.
kids out there, and not knowing how to say thank you and please and stuff like that. And it's crazy. My oldest one still needs work on it, but we're working on it, right? But I mean, it's just the hardest. Yeah, definitely the hardest part about being a dad is just not the fear of failing them and teaching them how to be good humans. With
Yeah.
character and communication. Like you need to know how to talk to people. You need to have good character. People don't need to question your actions. Um, you know, you know, do in the dark what you do in the light, right? Type thing. Just be who you are. Be a full wholesome person. I mean, it's free to be decent. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it's I mean, yeah, failure. I would that's definitely the hardest part. And then
Great.
striving for something,
Great.
teaching them to strive for something every day. No matter what it is, you got to get that book read by the end of the week. Well, let's knock 2 chapters out. You know, get short-term goals. Teaching
Yep.
them right from wrong, and then having short-term goals, long-term goals. Telling my kids no. That's probably one of the hardest parts of being a dad, is having to tell them no.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting easier for me.
Oh, is it?
Can't have that candy. It's too late. Can't have sugar past 6 o'clock. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
He's strict,
See,
man. He's
Right
strict,
there.
man.
that's my downfall. So both of my kids, like they both work out so much that they're like, hey, can we have this? Like those little Brahms ice cream cups,
See?
the little
Yep.
Brahms ice cream
See, and
cups.
that's what happens.
See, and
I'll be
They're
that
like,
like,
those
man,
aren't. That's
"Dude,
not.
you're doing
It's
so great.
forcing control. It's just a little
You're
guy
so
too.
great."
Let him have it.
No,
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
saying
This guy's
it's
mean.
easy to be like, "No, go ahead." I know what you're
Yeah.
saying, 'cause I think about that too
Let him
whenever,
eat.
especially celebrations and stuff. I'm like, "Gosh, but
I mean,
I
they're
mean, he
not gonna
did
go
good
sit down on the
today,
couch with a gallon of Bluebell ice cream or anything like that, but they can have the little Brahms cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Omar says no.
Yeah, I'm a sucker
Omar's
too.
mean.
I do that. I
He's
do
a
that.
mean dad.
No.
He's a mean dad. You better back off my
Yeah,
nephews, dude.
He's just gotta he's got his head on right, man. He knows what he's doing.
yeah, I can't
I'm
yeah.
bugging him.
It depends. It depends, but yeah, for the most part. And then I got a daughter now, so it's gonna get worse. So from what I
With that
hear,
no part.
I mean, I guess I don't
Yeah,
know.
that
Got 2
does it.
boys and a baby girl, so we'll see how
Congratulations
that
on that, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. 'Cause yeah, going back to your answer, failure. I think about this a lot, and all those things that you were saying was like, making sure they're a wholesome person. I think about that like, what's gonna actually stick? So I always repeat these things like, "Hey, man, do things even when nobody's looking. You know the right thing to do. Just keep pushing that. Keep pushing that. If they don't get that now, I mean, it's gonna click. It's gonna click
Oh, yeah.
just like anything else.
Yes.
Just staying consistent on being being that person that you want them to grow up to be. Because I mean, I remember talking to my neighbor and he was having his first kid and I was like, "Are you ready, dude?" He was like, "I don't know, man. I'm just scared." He said the same thing. He was like, "Scared of failure." I was like, "Dude, there's going to be times when you slip up. There's going to be some things that you probably did wrong and it's going to come back and bite you in the tail. But the main thing is you're trying your best, dude. You're trying your best to kind of make sure this person is gonna be the best and, be a productive person in society
Uh-huh.
and, um, spread the positive stuff
Oh
because,
yeah.
I mean, you got all these dang video games that, spread stuff. Now I'm just playing, but
Yeah.
now I get my
Yeah.
kids into
Uh-huh.
video games. I think I started letting I got a 9-year-old playing some Madden, and
Okay.
that's because he loves football, like I said, and now he's, like, picking up all the rules better. So, video games have a good side.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm not
No,
gonna
I mean,
poop on 'em all the way.
my kids
But,
play
dude,
Fortnite. They play
yeah,
Roblox. I mean, whatever we need to do to have 10 to 15 minutes apiece, right? As a parent. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
yeah,
you've worked all day long, you've got dinner ready. It's about 25 minutes before bedtime. We're like, how about you guys go arrest a brain rot or something? Like
Yeah.
just go chill.
Yeah.
yeah.
We didn't want
Relax
Or
for a
practice
tone
bit.
tonight.
down,
Yeah.
tone down.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Here we go.
No, you're good.
Right. Got parts.
Yeah. No, but yeah, dude, because I mean, you can't exclude them out of everything completely. That's not cool. They're still gonna be a social being. So there's gonna
Uh-huh.
be kids doing video games. There's gonna be kids, watching certain movies or even social media. Not right now, but down the road,
Yeah.
where it's gonna be inevitable. They're gonna be in there, just going that right route. Making sure they don't get into the bad little grooves that there is out there. Because man, there's some freaking evil stuff out there that I hear.
Yeah,
So I
I
just
feel like it's getting worse. I mean,
yeah,
from when we were kids to now, and
Uh-huh.
some of the stuff that's on
Uh-huh.
just on regular TV, like, I'll be walking by the
yeah,
living room, I'll be like, "What?"
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because sometimes I'll
it
be
says
walking by one of the little kids is
stop
like
recording.
when they're watching a video. I'm like, what did they just say? Don't turn that off.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
going through all this, dude. Man, like I said, it's amazing.
It is.
Reuniting here
Yes.
and
Yeah,
seeing
it's
what
really
you've
good.
been going through, dude.
Yeah,
That life
no, it's
journey.
yeah, dude, it's all gone full circle. I mean, started with football, feel like it's gonna end with football. Just living life, keep, day after day, get up. It's a grind.
Uh-huh.
Take care of it. One way or another, it's gonna get taken care of. Nothing to hang your
Absolutely.
hat on at the end of the day. If you know you did everything you could do, there's nothing to hang your hat on, right? And so we just gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that um we need to push is to get dads more involved. There's been times where I go and coach like the flag football
Uh-huh.
where it was obvious, like, dude, by myself with all these kids, like, hey man, come on over, help me out.
Yeah.
Like, don't be scared, to get into the uncomfortable area and, help out that guy. Because
Yeah,
now
no, for
being
sure.
in that
I agree.
position from coaching and seeing what that happened, like now I'm kind of stepping up and helping other coaches. Like, hey man, you need a hand? I'll do these drills over here while you do that. Let's get it. So I know, how hectic it can get. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely,
no,
yeah, to get involved.
yeah, no, I mean, just from everybody that we have, they're all volunteer through our NFL Flag League. They're all volunteer. We had a couple teams that didn't have dads sign up to coach, so I ended up coaching them. Um, and then halfway through the season, a dad would come up and be like, "Hey, man, I'll take over that team." So, I mean, it's not necessarily having to ask. It's just kind of people don't volunteer because they don't know, right? They're not for sure if they can help or not. I think me getting in there and kind of showing them the ropes of what they needed to do, kind of ease them into coaching. And I was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
man, here's my playbook. You come find me. You can have it before every game. Just go do it."
Yeah,
yeah.
and something else you said,
That's
Corey,
one of the
about just
things.
just being a safe place for these uh young adults is what I'll call them. Just being a safe place for them, like
Yeah,
I said, because some of them don't have parents, or somebody don't. Maybe they do have parents, but maybe they don't have that relationship with them for whatever reason. So it's always good to hear, because that's kind of what I do with the young adults that I try to mentor. Is just be that opening ear. We're not always going to have the answers for what they've got bringing to us, just like anybody else. But it's 99% time you just hear them out. They're just looking for like I'll say a shoulder to lean on, just somebody to talk to, just know that they do have that safe place. So hearing you say that, man, it really meant a lot to me. And like I said, what Omar said too, just if you see somebody or a young adult, you know, struggling, just say, hey man, what's going on? Usually that's all it takes. Like, hey man, you okay? You good? I'm like, oh yeah, just this. And then it usually just takes that little bit to get them to start opening up. And before you know it, man, you might have just changed their whole day. Now they might feel comfortable with you to have that conversation, you know. So just don't be afraid to, like I said, just ask them, like, hey, what's up, bro? You good? If they say they're good, then you're good. But just know I'm here for you, brother. If you need something, come holler at me. And usually I'll be like, oh, okay, thank you, man.
Oh yeah.
And it'll cheer them up. It'll change that whole energy for them. So, man, I really do love hearing that from you. So keep that great work up, brother.
I mean, I will for sure.
Yeah. And is there anything that you want to put out there kind of to promote, whether it's your youth football leagues,
Yeah,
whatever
man.
it is?
You can find us on Facebook, NFL Flag OKC. You can find us on Instagram at what is it? Flag OKC _ NFL. You can find our tournament team, which is having tryouts February 7th. You can find them on Instagram at Edmond Elite FF, and then you can
Elite.
find that on Facebook at Edmond Youth Sports Association.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's
Heck yeah.
go, baby. Come on
And
now.
and you
Woo!
mentioned like helping, other dads, and there was a dad where, you hooked him up with like playbooks and stuff. Is there somewhere where people could go? Because I was doing some research and I was trying to find some playbooks and for some plays and whatnot,
Watch out, Omar.
specifically
Don't be
defense,
stealing my
because I'm
guy's
not,
stuff, man.
best.
This is top secret
Hey,
stuff.
hey,
Trying to
But
for you
but
guys,
what I'm saying is, do you have something like that that you could like spread out there?
for you guys, yes.
Okay, there we go.
Omar, don't be trying
For
to
the
give out the
public,
secret
no,
sauce, brother.
I'm just saying, like even like
no.
tips and tricks and whatnot for
Yeah, man.
like I said,
Yeah.
no
You guys
struggling.
find me. You guys find me, and we'll get it, and we'll get it taken care of.
I'm coming. We're gonna win.
I like
We're
this
gonna finally
guy,
win a
man. I
game.
like this guy.
Yes.
All right, Korey. I appreciate you
Hey
for coming
man,
on, brother.
thank you
It's
for
been an
coming
honor
on,
talking
man.
to you, man. Keep
Yes,
up the
sir.
great work.
Yes,
Cheers
sir.
to health, my guy.
Yes, sir. You
Yes.
guys have a good night. Appreciate you
Cheers to
guys.
health.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.